What is this chirping noise? Is it bad? Something's not good in here. What's going on, YouTube family? This is Dad Who Does. Today we've got our trusty old Jeep Compass here. It's been a while since we've made a video, so welcome back. This Compass has something going on with the belt area. It's either a bad belt, a bad tensioner, a bad idler pulley, or bad bearings in one of the, alternator, water pump, power steering pump, one of those. So we're gonna try to figure out what it is today and fix the problem. So let's talk a little bit about how we're gonna diagnose this car. So because there's so many things that it could be, first we're gonna spray some water on the belt. If the squeak stops just spraying water on the belt alone, we've probably got some misaligned pulleys or a bad belt. Actually, very doubtful that it's a bad belt because it is a very new belt. If that doesn't have any change on the sound, then we're gonna go towards spraying water on the individual spinning components, pulleys, tensioners, alternator, etc. Actually, it's a new alternator, new air conditioning, so that really leaves the water pump and the power steering pump. So we will see if that causes the sound to stop when we individually isolate those components. Okay, sorry I did this off camera, but I sprayed water on the belt and the sound stopped. And then, after running a few revolutions, the sound came back. And so just to double check my hypothesis, I sprayed water on the pulley and the sound stopped again. And then it came back and then I tried a different pulley and the sound stopped. And then I tried the tensioner and the sound stopped. Then I tried the water pump and the sound stopped. It seemed like no matter where I sprayed water, the sound stopped. So I was really frustrated because this water test was inconclusive. So I guess we're just gonna do what all good mechanics do and start throwing parts at the problem. Let's start with the two idler pulleys and the tensioner. There's a kit that's sold at AutoZone that includes all three plus a new belt. So it seems like the most economical path to go because so many components are included in that kit. So I'm going to start by showing you how we change out those pulleys. Coming up. Let's start by taking off stupid useless cover on the top, the vanity cover. There we go. And now let's get this wheel off. This splash guard cover protects the engine from rocks and debris. We'll need to take out the 6 10mm bolts, 3 in the front and 3 in the rear. In addition, there are 4 pop rivets, 2 on each side. Now we're going to remove the passenger side wheel well fender liner. There are 4 screws holding the cover to the bumper, 3 on the bottom, here, and here, require a 7mm socket, and this top screw here requires a 10mm socket. Now coming inside the wheel well, there are 2 pop rivets, one here and the other up here. Once those are out, we're ready to remove the fender liner. Okay, so we're gonna take off this bottle. We don't have to take it out, but it's in the way, and why not? It's a 13mm here, just to undo this screw right here. Great, and just move this bottle out of the way and make sure not to dump all the fluid out. Should be good. Awesome. So here's our belt routing diagram and the belt itself. The thing to note about this kit is there are 2 sizes of idler pulleys. Now the top pulley is the smaller pulley, and the bottom pulley in this diagram is the larger pulley. And finally, the tensioner goes here. Awesome, now we're going to take off the top idler pulley right here. Again, 15mm, so it makes my life easy. All right. And take note of the 2 idler pulleys. This top pulley is the smaller pulley. All right, so here's our lower pulley. It's actually a little bit bigger, this idler pulley. It's a 15mm, so we're gonna go ahead and break it loose. There we go. And then once it's broken loose, you should be able to go ahead and just ratchet that sucker right off. Okay, and there she comes. Now we're gonna identify the top screw on the belt tensioner. There are 2 bolts holding it to the block. They're both 13mm bolts. And so this is the top one here. I'm coming in from the top side, and sorry, just trying to get it centered here. There we go. There we go, right there. That's it. So that one right there is the one we gotta get out. Again, it's a 13mm, and this time I needed a deep welt because I just didn't quite have the reach without it. So, okay, I figured out the issue here. So the issue is the pulley is in the way of the bolt, right? But you can rotate the pulley and put a pin in it and hold it out of the way. So that is what I'm gonna do now, is put a pin in it. Okay, so let me hit this from the bottom side. Well, actually, that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll grab our 15mm ratchet. I'm gonna grab this sucker and crank the heck out of it. Let me just make sure I remember which way to crank. Yep, that's the way. Keep cranking, keep cranking. Okay, here we go. All right, that's maxed out, man. Don't slip off, please. I feel like it's gonna slip off. Okay, it's probably gonna snap off the second I start undoing it. Don't you think? Oh my God, did that thing just snap? That thing just snapped. Oh, it just broke. Wow, it just broke. Okay, so I got the ratchet on the tensioner, and it's holding it open since my pin broke. And then now I finally got this 13mm on there. Not a lot of room to work with here, but let's see if we can't. Oh my God. It's like barely on there. Oh, I think we're in it. I think we're in it. Yes. Except it won't. There's not enough room to articulate. That sucks. Okay. Got it. Hooray. So now let's do the bottom. This will be so much easier. Okay, so we got our pulley right here. There's a 13mm bolt right in here. I know you can't see it at this angle. I'm going to use a air ratchet to try to get it out. Provided the angle is right, I should be able to get at this. So there's my bolt. Oh my God, we finally got it out. Congratulations. Well, now we get to repeat the whole process in reverse. Let's get the new tensioner in. All right, let's see if we can't screw in the top bolt here. I realize that y'all have very limited visual as to what is happening. Very much wish that I could have gotten the air ratchet in here. That would have saved me a ton of work. I'm gonna try going from the bottom side. I might have more, might have more room to navigate here. Yes, a little bit more room to navigate. All right, it's in there. Cool, I think we're ready to pop on the new idlers. Remember, the small one goes on top, so we'll get that started right here. There we go, got that locked in. All right, let's go to the bottom and put in the bottom idler. Okay, as mentioned, the larger idler pulley goes in right here. There we go, again, 15 millimeter. All right, that should be good. Okay, let's try something unorthodox here. What if we route the belt and then try to pull the pin out? Would that make sense or no? All right, and there's no doubt in my mind that the air conditioner is the dead last thing to go on. All right, we'll start with the water pump since that's the closest to me. And it goes under here. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're ready to slip it onto the air conditioner, which is the last step here. So let's just check to see. I feel like it's not setting in somewhere. Okay, cool. It's gonna be tight, but yeah, it'll go. Just gonna have to stretch it over this AC. It's quite a. Let me bring the camera down here so y'all can see. Okay, as I'm sure y'all remember, the AC was the very first thing to come off, so it's got to be the very last thing to go on. Come on. There we go. There it goes. It's very tight. Very, very, very tight. Okay, we got it. Okay. Now the last step is I got to get that pin out somehow. Finally, since we stripped out this bolt here, let's see if we can get a pair of vice grips on it, twist it just the slightest bit, and pop out the pin, and then we'll be done. There we go. I think I just snapped it, and that's one way to do it. Just snap it, huh? Okay, since it's snapped out, does that mean I can get the peg out now? I think so. Let me try to pull out the pin. Yep, it's out. Except I don't know where it just went, but it's out. Well, she's running, so I don't know what more to say. Let's get it buttoned up. No squeak. All right. Okay, so just to wrap things up, it looks like either through sheer dumb luck or just God's goodwill, we were able to find the problem and replace the parts that were causing the squeak. So I'm glad that this long saga has come to an end and that I won't hear any more complaining from my wife about the Jeep Compass making so much noise. Well, we hope you got something out of this, and if so, would you please hit that like button, or better still, hit that subscribe button. That's how we make more videos. Until next time, this is Dad Who Does.